Good morning. Welcome to a day in my life video. I've been wanting to do one of these videos because they're just what I love watching. I find them so peaceful and calming to watch, and I just wanted to make one of my own. Close the door. Hi, my name is Isabella. If you're new here, I make videos about living life in Sydney, powerlifting. I'm a powerlifting coach, health and fitness, and working from home running my business. So if you're into that stuff, consider subscribing. Please stick around and welcome back if you're new. If you're not new, I have a pretty chill day in the sense that I'm working from home today. I have a couple of calls with my powerlifting online clients. Have an appointment with the optometrist because I got these glasses which are great for like working on the computer or working on my phone, but I can't watch TV with them. I get really dizzy. I think they're too strong. So I'm gonna go and get another pair that I can bring if I'm going to like the movies or watching a... Why are they like that though? Always happens. I think it's my head. I had great plans to go to yoga this morning at 6 a.m., which is like a very interesting goal because I've never been up for any kind of class or anything of the sort at that time before. But it's January, as we all know, and I'm trying to sort of like reset my routine a little bit. I feel like I finally have a pretty consistent schedule. We'll see how long that lasts, but I don't know I've been working as a online coach and personal trainer for many years, and when you do personal training, it means that your schedule is sometimes very inconsistent because clients reschedule, and sometimes it's just a bit weird. Like a lot of clients wants to do early mornings, and then a lot of clients wants to do late night, which means that you kind of have a lot of gaps in between in your day. And right now I'm doing a lot less personal training and more online coaching, which is nice. So I have a little bit more control over my time. I'm gonna put on makeup while I talk, if that's okay. It's a random story. I was driving yesterday and when I did a hard brake, my bag fell on the floor and my protein shake exploded all over the car. And to save my makeup from protein shake, which I didn't quite succeed with, I grabbed this out of my bag, but the scissor is here, so I just full and stabbed myself pretty deep. So that was my traumatic yesterday, but I've recovered. What was I saying? I'm trying to reset, like I feel like this is a really good time of year to do that. Very cliche, but I'm a big fan of New Year's. I'm a big fan of like the whole New Year, New Me, and I feel like I have quite a few goals for 2025 that I'm excited about, and a lot of them just involve things that make me happy. So like playing tennis, doing yoga, finding a balance between rest and training, not being so stressed about trying to fit training into my life, but more so having a life that has training in it in a way that makes me happy, if that makes sense. If you're new here and you don't know me, you don't know that I've been a competitive powerlifter for 13 years, almost 14 years, and the last few years I've had like a little bit of an identity crisis when it comes to powerlifting. So I'm still powerlifting, I'm still competing, but I'm still trying to figure out what place it has in my life as a 35-year-old woman running my own business with a partner, all of those things that come with that, and how important is lifting to me. So for 2025, I want to reset. I want to have more of a consistent schedule. I want to wake up a little bit earlier. Yeah, so Thursdays are pretty chill. What I'm going to do is just get ready, and then me and Shauna are going to go to the dog park. It stopped raining. That's why we're a little bit late. She does not like the rain very much, but it's looking sunny now, which is good because I have a tennis class in the evening, and if it rains, it always gets canceled. So I forget why I wanted to put on makeup now. I think I told myself that I was going to go do something else, but I don't really need it for the dog park. Maybe I should just go. I'm very functional. The other thing that I've done, and I haven't rated this yet, we'll see if I want to continue with this, but I downloaded an app that I forget the name of. Social Limits is what it's called. It blocks all your apps until you've taken a certain amount of steps. I ended up forgetting my phone at home as a result because I didn't use it at all in the morning because all the apps were blocked. So I guess that's maybe a negative, that you forget your phone in places. However, today I did set the step count to 5,000, which seems very ambitious. I would get to 5,000 steps at best by midday. Like I don't get heaps of steps in during the day, but that is also one of my things that I want to improve on a little bit. I was thinking a yearly goal of 9,000 average. I always say 10,000, but it's so arbitrary and I never reach it consistently. So I'm just gonna go 9,000 because I'm pretty consistent with that. So anyway, now my apps are blocked until I walk 5,000 steps and it's 8 a.m.-ish. I probably won't be able to use my apps until lunch, I would imagine, which is fine because then I get stuff done and hopefully I will be moving around a little bit more. Yeah, let's go for a little walk with my cute dog and then have some breakfast and then get to work. I really need a tripod. Okay, so that was my first client call of the day. It took about 50 minutes. Actually, it's like a little bit longer than usual, but we just had a lot to go over, which is perfectly fine. And now I am starving, so I'm gonna have some breakfast. That protein shake only got me through it. I'm just feeling like almost like a bit of a hunger headache. It's 10 a.m. Normally I have breakfast around 8:30. But because I woke up a little bit later, things just got a bit off. That's the story of my life. I am trying really hard to find consistency with my meal times and wake up times, but it's hard. I've just been sleeping really bad as well. So last night I slept for 10 hours just to sort of catch up on sleep because I've had pretty shit sleep all week. I don't know why. I think my body's not quite restful. And if I can choose between, like, I will always choose a few extra hours of sleep when I can. So if I have to get up later, I'll just get up later. That's the benefit of setting your own work hours, is that I can do that. So yeah, but the goal is to just have like a consistent morning wake up time, a consistent breakfast time, followed by a consistent lunch time and dinner time. So that's something that I've found to be hugely helpful in the past, and I'm working towards it now. I don't know if you can see, but I have a rash. I don't know where that's coming from. My apps are still locked. I've walked 3,900 steps. So I have to walk 2,000 more steps before my laps apps are unlocked. And it's pouring rain outside, so I'm not sure how to do that. But let's just have some breakfast. And you know, when you walk around the house and stuff, you automatically get a few steps. So let's do that. So for breakfast / lunch, we are having this fish soup that I made yesterday. Because it's relatively late now, 10 a.m., I'm just counting this as lunch, which is, I usually have lunch at like 11:30. When I have lunch, I usually sit on the balcony and watch YouTube. This has to be the most boring vlog ever. I'm sorry about that. I just spent the last hour and a half sitting on my bed, doing a bit of work, doing a bit of personal finance, budgeting stuff, and just brain rot. Looking at the window. I've only got 4,241 steps. I'm actually thankful for that. It's 11:30 now and I still haven't used any apps on my phone. Normally I would have been scrolling so much by now and my brain would be absolutely fried. And considering it's already a very sleepy sort of day, I think it's good. This app has been really good.
I'm gonna take a shower now and then get ready and go to the optometrist. I have about 4 more hours of work in terms of what I need to do for my social media job. I have a lot of social content to make. And then I have 2 more calls, usually about 30 minutes each. Considering how much it's been raining, I'm pretty sure tennis is going to be cancelled, which is unfortunate because I was looking forward to that. Just this whole week I've been so tired, so sleepy. I think it's PMS. I'm gonna write it off as that. I just feel like this sort of blanket over my face, if that makes sense. I don't know how to describe it. Like I could fall asleep all the time. That's how I feel. I'm gonna keep doing laundry, maybe have a snack, and yeah, get ready for the eye appointment.
Freshly showered, feeling moisturized. I'm just gonna put some makeup on, have a little chat. I need like a makeup mirror. This is my current makeup mirror. I broke it in half, so I'm just using this short, which isn't great. Well, I'll just use the camera now, but it just keeps raining. I am 100% certain that tennis will be cancelled, which I think means that I'll be going to the gym tonight, so you can come with me when I do that. I guess I wanted to talk a little bit about just the general training update and what's happening on in the like sort of lifting area of my life at the moment. Obviously, it's been Christmas and routine's been a little bit off because of Christmas celebrations, holidays, and stuff like that. So I was having a really good momentum with both running and lifting before Christmas. When I say really good, I meant that I was doing both consistently, but I was also really fatigued, and I think I strained my calf as well. I do find that they are a little bit hard to combine, especially because I'm pretty new to running, so I feel like I strain myself or overexert myself pretty easily, especially considering like I'm obviously like proficient with lifting, so I lift quite heavy, and then I feel like the combination of those two is not great. The second thing that is important to me is to do more yoga, because it's something I feel is just really helpful for my nervous system. So this isn't actually like so much exercise, so I like to do yin yoga, which if you haven't heard of it, it's very calm and slow, and you're in the movements, in the positions for several minutes, and it's just unbelievably down regulating, and I love it. It doesn't interfere with running or lifting at all, but it in terms of physical exertion, but it interferes time-wise. I always struggle with time or scheduling, and just trying to get to a point where I can do many things in a week consistently. Like if I only lift, it's not really an issue. You just get in that routine eventually. But then you add running, and maybe you miss a day, you have to push a session, suddenly like that running session can't happen on that day, and then you push that forward, and then you have this one more variable, and it just becomes harder. And then you add tennis, which I also really enjoy doing, and I'm a complete beginner, so it's actually not that strenuous because, you know, it's a lot of technique work and stuff, but it's still another hour in the day. And then on top of that, you have summer here in Sydney, and I'm telling you, like, swimming and snorkeling is the best thing in the world. I love it. It just makes me so happy. I saw a stingray last week when we went snorkeling, and also 2 octopuses. And I told my boyfriend that it was the best day of my life. Ever since I saw the documentary My Octopus Teacher, I feel like I've fallen in love with octopuses a little bit. If you haven't seen that, I really recommend it. So yeah, what do we have? We have yoga, tennis, swimming, snorkeling, running, and powerlifting. And powerlifting, I think, can be divided into sort of general lifting, like quick 1 hour sessions, accessory work, just in and out, not a lot of thought process to it. And then there's also the version of lifting where I'm competing and I'm prepping for comp, and the lifts are heavy and the sessions take 2-3 hours and require help because I need spotters, and like they're mentally scary, and it's more of a like mental challenge on top of that physical exercise. So it's multidimensional how much you want to commit and give to the lifting process, I think. So that's kind of where the things I am juggling or choosing between or battling, like trying to fit into my into my life, into my schedule, and be able to do without accumulating too much fatigue, so that anything like any, you know, like you don't want to get injured obviously by doing too many things. And then we have nationals in 7 weeks. So this is powerlifting nationals in APA, which I qualified for in October when I did the SPD Cup Australia, which was so much fun. I loved it. I had the best day ever. It was a really, really fun competition. But I feel like the turnaround is a little bit too short. I haven't built up that desire to compete yet between like end of October, now January, and then I'm supposed to go to Perth allegedly and do nationals 26th of February. To me, that's like a little bit tight. I don't want to do it, if I'm being honest. I'm not there mentally. Like I'm barely even back in the training routine, let alone lifting anything heavy, let alone mentally prepared to compete against some incredibly strong people. And I mean, last year I was kind of excited to go to Worlds, potentially, like fight for the spot to go to Worlds, but I don't feel it. And I feel bad, I feel guilty, I feel a pressure to want to do it. I feel like there's an internalized pressure that I should be like 100% back, because that's how I felt with SPD Cup. I felt like, yeah, I'm back, you know, this is powerlifting is fun again, competing is fun again. And obviously, like, I know no one actually cares that much. Like you tell yourself that people care, and then you build up these internalized expectations around stuff, which is completely unnecessary and just silly, really. Like, you do get a lot of messages. I do get a lot of messages of like, why aren't you competing anymore, or oh, we want to see you back on the platform, or I can't wait to see you go to Worlds again. All of that stuff, like, you do get those messages, and I really like appreciate it, and it feels really nice that people have like an investment in my lifting career. But then I get these periods like right now where I just want to kind of go into the flow without disruptions, and competing is definitely, in my opinion, a disruption to the flow, because there's a build up, there's a peak, there's like this sort of event that's really mentally draining, or like it takes a lot out of you, it takes a lot of headspace in the lead up, and then afterwards, normally I will always feel like for at least 3-4 weeks I don't even want to think about powerlifting. This is nothing new, it's been like this for like 14 years, so I'm expecting that, and that's not what I want right now, which is, I think, okay. What I would rather do is not go to nationals, continue to train, not miss any sessions, or just like get the hang of doing all of these things that I love to do, and then later in the year do another competition, maybe in like August, because we're also going to India in May probably, and I'm also going to Europe in June, July to see my family and go to a wedding in the UK. So there's a little bit of a financial thing as well, like going to Perth in February and then India in May and then Europe in June. I mean, in this economy, that's just a lot of expenses. And, you know, like missed work hours. That's another thing. Like when I compete, I find that I struggle quite a lot to keep up with my work. And I'm a little bit ashamed of it. And I find it a little bit almost shameful, or almost like I don't like to admit that, but I'm just not great at what I do when I'm in comp mode. I'm very like tunnel vision on training and recovery and lifting and myself, and I think I've become pretty self-absorbed, and then I just lose focus on doing tasks that are work related. And I don't like that because I want to give the best possible service to all of my clients, and I'm a little bit in hustle mode. I have an app coming. I'm doing like a lot of back-end stuff for that you haven't seen yet, but hopefully you will see the light of in a few months. And I don't want to lose track. I don't want to lose focus on those projects that I have going at the moment, because it's been kind of like a long time coming. Past few years, I feel like things have been pretty inconsistent. And I'm really over that. Like, I'm really over being inconsistent. It's not a feeling that I am enjoying so much anymore. You gotta like kind of give yourself grace as well. Like, there will be seasons in your life where it's really hard to be consistent because there's just a lot going on. There's a lot of changes. That's part of life. That's fine. But if I have now the opportunity to choose to be consistent because there isn't heaps going on in my personal life. What am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is like life is overall stable. That puts me in a position where I have the opportunity to do things finally that I really want to achieve. And that just happens to not be competing in powerlifting for the next few months. So that's my story. I almost feel a bit defensive, or like I'm sharing this with a friend and I just want validation. I just want you to tell me that it's okay. I'm a grown woman. I can make those decisions for myself, but sometimes we're ambivalent. Sometimes it's hard to choose. It was nice to say those things out loud. Probably really needed to say that. Now I feel like I don't have anything else to say. YouTube is another thing that I want to be consistent with. That I've said that for 5 years, probably. Like, I think in 2019, I started saying, I want to get consistent on YouTube. And then I put out like 1 video per year. Because I think I obviously do put a pressure on myself to create something like magical. But my thought was more of these, like, just sit down, have a chat videos, or follow me around while I do absolutely fuck all day, is an easier way to just create more long-form content. This is like a little creamy sort of rouge from It's a bit dirty. Perez. Let's just say the ingredient list is quite short, which I like. Whatever that means. I had this phase where I was like, I don't want anything toxic on my skin. And then I put in all the ingredients of every product that I own into ChatGPT, and I asked like, hey, is there anything that's not great about this for me or the environment? And eventually ChatGPT came up with a few brands that to me seemed like good choices. So this would be one of those brands, Perez. This one not so much, but whatever. That was like a hyperfixation that I had for a week, and then I forgot about it. I do like this one because it creates like I don't know if you can see like it just gets you a little bit glossy, or like, what's the word? Shiny? No? Lush? What's the word? And then I also have to admit that running is so much fun. Even though I can not run for more than 20 minutes at this point, I love it so much. Like, I just think it's a very wonderful thing to do, and I would like to get good at that. Let me rephrase. I don't think good is an appropriate word for what I'm trying to say. I want to be able to run far. That's what I meant. I am good because I'm doing something instead of nothing, and that's really good. But being able to run far, like 10 kilometers, 12, 20, I think that would be amazing. So lifting combined with that, I am just getting the hang of it. Will lifting ruin your gains? Maybe initially. Long term, probably not. I think that depends on your nutrition and sleep and training program, consistency, how much time you allow it to build up, like how long it takes for your capacity to build up versus, you know, like the classic, let's just like go balls to the walls week 1 and then strain a muscle or get burnt out or get bored of it or feel discouraged because you get too fatigued and then you can't do anything for 3 days like that. If we don't do that, if we just try to build this up gradually, slowly and consistently, I think the combination of the two is going to work out just fine. Okay, I'm not going to put anything on my under eyes because as my sort of moisturizing routine, I use a little bit of castor oil, and because it's like a little bit oily here now, if I put mascara on it, it's just gonna stick to it and get all, what the word is for mascara sticking to your skin. And then don't know what to do with my hair because recently, and by recently I mean 2 days ago, I cut bangs and it looked really nice for all of one day while the hairdresser had styled it, and then they were giving me sensory overload, so I just used like a headband for the rest of the 24 hours after that. And like now I don't really know what's going on with it anymore, and because we were trying to rescue or like capture a husky last night in the rain for an hour and a half, I just had like the rainwater all over it, and I was just too tired and lazy to wash my hair, which I don't know. Do I need to tell me if I should wash my hair because I got rained on? I feel like I have this like sort of receding hairline here, and now the bangs are kind of helping me cover that a little bit. So this is like the general idea that I'm gonna look like this. So I want to obviously look cute because I'm gonna go and try on frames for my new glasses. So it's like you want to see yourself looking the way you want to look in glasses. I don't know what I meant by that, but that's in 30 minutes, and then I need to be back home for my client calls. I'm still behind on some marketing work. It gives me about 1.5 hours to do a little bit of that, and then probably go to the gym or have dinner and fall asleep. That would also be a good idea. The state of me today is just like rot. Girl rot. I really didn't want to wear anything tight today, but all my good sweatshirts are in the laundry. It's too small. My closet needs to be upgraded with like 5 to 6 t-shirts that are just cute but loose. I have a few sweatshirts that I like, but I do not have any like this one it's not cute. And the other one that I just wore is too tight. They're always too tight. And I get stressed. I don't like it. I'm late. I have to go. Because I drank out of this hole instead of from this side. Just a minute. I was supposed to be there at 1. Okay, that's done. I've done a test for my new prescription, and that went no dramas. I didn't have time to pick any any new frames because I have 11 minutes before my next client call, and I have to go home and charge my phone and eat some food because I'm starving. I mean, clearly that lunch I had before was obviously breakfast, so I'm like, I need lunch. So I need to go have some lunch, and yeah, I'll see you at home. I don't know if that looks appetizing or not, but this is my
Lunch, smoked trout on crisp bread, cheese, Dijon mustard, cucumber, blueberries, and what's left of my green juice. I'm so tired. I have like a headache now as well. I feel like it's just been... I don't know if you who are watching vlogs or film would, like, if you would ever film yourself, but I find that filming yourself throughout the day is actually a little bit tiring. Anyway. So those were my 2 last calls of the day wrapped up. I now have a headache because I've been sitting like this for 2 hours straight. And I'm going to have an ice cream. Because why not? And relax for at least half an hour. And then I'm gonna make post a post to social media for the social media account that I manage. And then I will call it a day in terms of work. Yeah, I'm gonna go chill out, eat some ice cream. I'm done. Signing out. 5 p.m. It looks like tennis is going ahead actually, so gonna just lie on the bed and look into empty space for half an hour and then get ready. It's now 7:43. I have 8,000 steps. The dinner is delicious. Just gonna have a chat with Rahul and go to sleep. Early morning tomorrow, going into work. Good morning, 7 a.m. I am going to work in the gym. Have a few face-to-face clients. Trying to get to 5,000 steps. No, 1,800.
Oh. So will it be like music in the background to this?
Yeah.
Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. I can show you.
Made it last night.
Even though I'm eating. Hello.
Oh, sorry.
What a good session that was. I had so much energy. I felt so strong. You know what? I look nice on video. You know when you take like a really long break from training and then you keep avoiding it because you know that it's gonna feel so horrible when you get back into it? And I really didn't have to avoid it for as long as I did because I felt really good. So lesson learned, like just go train. It might feel great even though you haven't been in the gym for a while. Just go do it. And if it doesn't feel good, then embrace the suck. That's just life. It just be like that if that's the case. I always feel like I tend to do that with both running and lifting, that if it's been a while since I've been consistent or since I've been doing the thing, I tell myself that it's gonna feel horrible and then I end up postponing it out of sort of the fear of the discomfort, like the avoidance of the initial discomfort of getting back into training. And yeah, sometimes it really does suck to get back into it, but sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it just feels good. And today was one of those days, which I'm really happy about. I'm excited, so it was nice to just lift some weights. I think now I'm coming up on like a lot of footage in this vlog. So I think this is a good time to end things on a high note. Thank you for watching so much. I really appreciate that you stuck around if you're still watching. If you enjoyed it. Why do I sound like a fucking idiot? If you did enjoy the video, do drop a like because that really helps. I don't know if you know the whole YouTube algorithm, how it works, but I think that like when you like it or subscribe to my channel, I think that really helps. If you didn't like it, then absolutely don't like it. That's fine. Anyways, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you soon. Bye.